I made my first video yesterday, so I kind of jumped right into it. I really just kind of spontaneously decided to do it. So today, take a little bit more time. Kind of want to talk a little bit more about the same kind of things that I talked about yesterday, just about the corruption that's involved in our country through our government and everything. And it's again, it's just because I'm watching people not realize that they're being programmed to think and believe things a certain way, and it breaks my heart to see fellow Americans, friends, family members in some cases that are so brainwashed that they can't even see the truth when it's right in front of them. And let's just take for instance, let's talk about something that's pretty hot right now, and that's the Charlie Kirk situation. Whether you liked Charlie Kirk or not, or agreed with his politics or what he was representing, the point of the fact is he was brutally assassinated in front of a lot of people. And if you have a set of eyes in your head and a bit of common sense, you can see that the FBI and our government are lying through their teeth about what took place. Anybody who thinks that this Tyler Robinson character just got up on this roof and popped off this shot, that's insane. Talking about taking a gun apart, putting it back together, hopping off the roof, changing clothes, hanging out at a Dairy Queen, and all this. It just, come on, just that makes zero sense. There's no way that that's what took place. And it just goes to show, how come none of his immediate friends, none of his immediate family have come forward and said, hey, do you guys want to investigate this a little further? I mean, how come there was no forensic scene? How come there was no forensics done? And how come everybody that is an expert in that field, forensics and ballistics, all are saying the same thing, that it's not possible that Charlie Kirk got shot from that angle with a high-powered rifle like a 30-06. And anybody who shot that gun before, like I have, some people I know that I'm friends with have shot those weapons before as well, it leaves a devastating hole in what you're shooting. My gist is, the point I'm trying to make, though, the gist of it all is that if you just take some basic common sense and apply it to that situation, you can see that we're not being told the truth. And it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on, whether you are a hardcore Democrat, whether you're a moderate, whether you're a liberal, whether you're a far right wing, or you're a conservative. The truth is not being told, and you should be able to see that. And that concerns me, that people allow their political viewpoint to obstruct the truth. And that's the problem we're facing in our nation, is people are allowing propaganda and manipulation to role how they see and view everything. And that's not good for us as Americans. If you got to look at CNN all day, okay? Say, for instance, you watch CNN. You watch that all day. That is a specific story being told to you by people that own those media outlets. And they're going to tell you what they want you to hear that fits their narrative. Same thing if you're a Fox News listener. You're going to get a certain narrative. And it's going to be a narrative that the owners and the people that pull all the strings want you to hear. It's obvious that we need to do better as a nation. We need to understand that a lot of us are really all wanting the same things. And I think I'm starting to see a lot more of that now too, is the media is starting to lose control of being able to guide everybody down these horrible roads of misdirection. I mean, you look at what's going on in some of these cities that are being against ICE coming in and removing people that don't belong here, people that are standing up against that. Why are you against the place being made more safe for you and your family? Taking out people that have horrible criminal records, and there's a lot of people running around too. Oh well, they're taking out normal everyday tax-paying citizens. No, they're not. If you do any kind of research and you find out that unfortunately there are some people that are end up getting caught up in these, they just overextended their visa, they didn't renew their visa, they didn't get their green card renewed, or and they're getting sent back home, and it sucks. But unfortunately, there's rules you got to follow. What are we supposed to do? Just not have any rules and everybody just comes and goes as they want, and we got open borders and it doesn't matter who comes in and who goes? And then the same people that are supporting that are the same ones that are yelling and screaming about where's law enforcement at, when their daughter or mother or child is a victim of one of these hideous crimes that have taken place. I'm originally from Maryland, and I seen some people that happened to in Maryland. A girl that was jogging up in Bel Air, up in Hartford County, actually where I spent a good part of my life. You're brutally murdered and raped by some illegal immigrant. And the senator from there, was fighting to keep this guy here, that he deserved due process in the United States instead of just deporting him back to a country where he belonged. What kind of come on, explain that to me, how a person who's here illegally deserves due process in our court system. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. You broke the law to come into the country, you came in illegally, then you brutally committed crimes that against us that caused somebody their life, caused a family to their whole life change now. And then there's politicians in the state of Maryland saying that the federal government is wrong for deporting these people. I mean, do you hear the insanity of that? I mean, somebody explain it to me in a way that makes sense. And I don't want to hear no threats or garbage thrown on my channel. If you want to do that, I'm just going to ignore those comments. But if you can explain to me how somebody who's here illegally, who does not contribute to our society in a beneficial way, who commits hideous crimes like that, deserves to be in our country and deserves to be given due process in his day in court, I'm willing to sit back and listen and hear what you got to say. But it doesn't make sense at all. And that's the kind of craziness that's going on. We actually have people that are going out and saying, we unite and we're united for this person. And I'm thinking to myself, what are you united about? You're only saying that because it didn't happen to you or one of your family members. You're the first one there crying and bitching about the system when it happens to you. But if it doesn't happen to you, let's just sit back and not say nothing about it. I'm going to be continuing to make these videos. I'm going to start getting a little bit more focused on the topics, just getting started. I wanted to at least stand up and say something and be part of moving forward as a country and as Americans. Just like I said yesterday in my video, I am tired of this non-America first thing that's going on. Sending money to all these countries for their wars and for all this stuff. We've got sick, tired, homeless, all these people in the United States. Our country should look like $1 million. Every city should just be looking glamorous, and all the roads and everything should be good, and the healthcare should be affordable for everybody and all this. But yet we're $37 trillion in debt, and we've got money to send out to other countries to help them with, if you paid attention to any of the Doge stuff, man, we were sending out some money for some absolutely horrendous things. But look, it's about Americans and America first. And all Americans, whether you agree with me or not, I believe you deserve the opportunity to have a better life, and the money that's being spent to being sent all over the world to help out other people should be spent here to help you first. I don't care whether you're Democrat or Republican. I'm American, and it's about Americans first. I hope everybody has a good day.